Today I'm going to share with you some things that we either don't buy anymore or have cut way back for the time being. This list is our list, and I'm not saying that these are things that you have to cut out to be frugal or to live within your means, but they are just to give you some suggestions of things that maybe you can cut back on or maybe cut back on a little bit, and just to give you some ideas. And I'd love to hear if you have other things in the comments that you have cut out of your life to help save some money. The first thing that we have cut out is Amazon Prime. We paid for this for years, and there are some perks. And I know that if you use them, and you use them a lot, there are some definite things like pictures, Audible. We just weren't using it except for really for the free shipping. And we've been trying to cut back on how much we buy. And so free shipping really isn't a benefit when you use it like once a month. And you can buy $35 and get the free shipping. And we don't have like one day or super fast shipping here. So it really hasn't made much of a difference to us to cut that out. I also was finding myself wanting to take advantage of the deals that are on Amazon. And I just don't feel like their clothes, as a general rule, are super awesome when it comes to finding those awesome deals. I actually posted deals for a while, and we had some things that came straight from China and they were junk. Like, people took them and they couldn't even return them because they came from China. They just donated them. So you spent like $2, and yeah, not saying that's true of everything on Amazon, but not having Prime for me has helped me not to impulse buy as much, because you have to get up to $35. So you add something to your cart and then you start thinking about, is this really something that I need? So that is one thing we cut out. And honestly, I thought I was going to miss it a lot more than I have, but I have not. So that is first. Second, we're trying to cut out some processed foods, sugar items. This one is hard. We are not there. And I'm not necessarily doing it for a frugal standpoint. I'm doing it more for a health standpoint, but just trying to cut out some of those junk food. And I am finding I'm not going to the grocery store as often because, snacks are going to be more something that we have canned or in our freezer, and it's not going to be things that I'm picking up at the grocery store. And I have found this has saved us some money, and I think has made us healthier as well. Some things that I have started making, we have been trying to make our own yogurt, and my kids aren't as excited about homemade yogurt because it is not loaded down with sugar. But they will eat it, and it is far better for us. We have chicken, so we have an overabundance of eggs. So we will go through and make like a big batch of egg noodles, and then we will freeze those because I don't feel like I get them dry enough to just stick them in our cupboard. But I have started using those even sometimes for spaghetti, which is kind of weird, but it keeps us from buying food at the grocery store, and it uses what we already have here. So processed foods, we are trying to cut those slowly out from our lives. The third thing is we have not had a contracted cell phone for years. Verizon is huge in our area. Verizon is the most reliable cell phone service here. So we have a cell phone provider. I can link an article in the comments of what my husband wrote on my blog about what we are currently using, but there are several. Use what cell phone provider you have, search for a prepaid plan, and go for it. I can't tell the difference. Now, we also aren't like on our phones 24/7 for business or anything like that, so it works for us. And we have saved so much money by not having a contracted cell phone. Number 4, we don't buy many paper products. I used to think like having a birthday party, we had to buy paper products, we had to buy paper napkins, we had to buy fun. Well, I made a birthday banner, and every birthday in our household, that same birthday banner goes up. One of my friends had done this, and I just think it's so fun. A birthday's coming, the same banner's going up, and maybe someday my kids will fight over it. We'll see. Maybe nobody will want it, and it'll be mine for the rest of my life. We also made some cloth napkins that come out at parties, and they are just fun, bright, and we know that's what we're having. And we can load up the dishwasher with our plates afterwards, wash it, and we're good to go. Now, I have to say, if I had a bunch of like 3- and 4-year-old kids over and was having a party, I probably would buy some paper plates because it would just make life so much easier. But for the most part, when we have like adults and older children over for birthday parties, because most of the cousins are older than my kids, we just do our Corelle plates. Paper towels, I have some rolls of paper towels that we'll use occasionally, but my husband used to work in the OR, and there are sterile blue towels that he got from there, and they're awesome. And I'm sure you can buy like shop towels or bar towels and just reuse them. Throw them in your laundry and pull them out, or cut up some old clothes. And this saves us from buying paper towels. I also haven't bought paper coffee filters for a while. I have a stainless steel one that goes in my coffee pot, and it's not as convenient to dump it out and scrape it out every day, but in the long run, it saves us money. So number 4, we don't buy a whole lot of paper products. Number 5, and I kind of touched on this one with Amazon Prime, is fast fashion clothes. This is not something that I've cut out, because I did buy some cheap clothes the other day, and I got them super cheap, like, yeah. And I probably will not keep them for the next 10 years. But after I wear them for a while and I pass them on or donate them for what I paid, it's worth it to me. So I'm not totally over this, and then I'm going to only wear ethical clothes. But do think about where you buy your clothes from, or go to thrift stores. I have heard people say if something is a thrift store and it still looks nice, chances are it's going to still look nice when you wear it. Whereas when you go and buy something at the store, it might not look nice when you wear it for a year. And I have found that true. I have bought some clothes at Kohl's that I feel like after a year it's like all pilly and gross, and I'm like, I spent like real money on this. Not real money, I mean, it's Kohl's. But I spent money on this and it just looks gross. So I have been trying not to just buy to buy, but to buy with maybe a little more purpose, and not to necessarily buy the cheapest thing out there, but to buy something that is going to last for a few years. And this is hard with littles, but we do a lot of hand-me-downs and pass on a lot of clothes, and we get a lot of clothes passed on to us. And what lasts through another kid's probably going to last through my kid. And what gets stained, we use for a rag, we throw it away, and we pass on what we don't need. So it's a better cycle in the world. We're able to use better things and other people as well. Number 6 is books. Now, not to say, once again, we don't buy books. We just had a garage sale at my church, and they had books for $5 for a huge box full. We ended up with like 2 boxes full. My 8-year-old reads and reads and reads, and so it was just easier for us to get a big box full of books, and some of those will get donated, some of them will get kept. But my mentality is more, can we go to the library and get that? So my husband actually the other day said, I want to buy this book. And I said, have you checked the library yet? And that has been my mentality. Your library has a lot of books. And our library doesn't have a ton, but I can search libraries in the state, and they have several that they work with, and I can find a lot of books that way. Or Hoopla, Overdrive, Stitcher, or if you pay for Audible, check out and see if they have the audiobooks for you. It'll save you money. Audible, not necessarily, but the other ones are free, and they will save you money. So check out those options before you go and just buy your books. Number 7 is eating out. And one of my friends came up to me about 2 months ago and said, I was looking at your fetch receipts. Creepy. Did you know that you can look at somebody's fetch receipts and see every place they've gone shopping to and what they spent? But she said, I noticed that you guys go out to eat like once a week. And she wasn't like condemning us or anything. She was trying to convince her husband that it was okay to take her out to eat occasionally. But I was like, oh, that's a little scary that you can see that about me. I actually told my husband not too long ago, I said, we haven't been out to eat much recently. What changed? And I got thinking about this. I think it was when we went on vacation, my husband realized the difference between the cost of eating out and the cost of cooking our own groceries. We stayed in an Airbnb, and so we could had a full kitchen and we could cook for ourselves. And you could cook several meals for the price of one meal out to eat. And I think he became aware of how far his money was going to eat there at our Airbnb versus going out to eat. And I think that is what changed things. And I was just telling my mom, it doesn't mean that you have to cook elaborate meals every time you're at home. Frozen pizza is still cheaper than going out to eat. So just even trying to find those easy meals to have as a backup to save you from going out. Okay, so the 8th thing is kids' toys. And not to say we don't buy kids' toys anymore, but we've tried to go to more experiences and not toys. My kids have a ton of toys, and I actually just picked them up a free basketball hoop on the side of the road yesterday, and it's something that we can use for a while and we can pass on after a while. But they get a lot of toys from grandparents, aunts, uncles, and just picking up along the way or being given to them, that we have an overabundance, and they really don't need a lot more. And so that is something that we as parents, we will occasionally get them toys, but not really a whole lot anymore because we have enough. And those are the things that we have cut out. And I would love to know, what are some things that you have either cut way down to save money or to not have as much stuff in your home? And share them in the comments to give other people ideas. And I will see you again in the next video. Bye.